being around kids was kind of natural for me. I always like kids. You know, people who say like, I don't like kids. Then what are you doing on this earth? What are you doing on this planet, dude? Oh, I don't want to have kids. Fine, waste of life. You're like down to nature by itself. You're supposed to be procreating, right? And making children, but you're letting your body go to waste? Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BustyBuffalo podcast. I am your host, Edo Doulos. This is a wonderful day. It is August 7th on a Sunday on the Lord's Day. Beautiful outside, a little bit hot. Little bit hot. Okay, sorry I'm a little hyper today. I got a lot to talk about. Unfortunately, Janita won't be here today. She's got a lot of stuff to do. And as time progresses, she'll most likely not be on a lot of podcasts. She'll probably be a nice special guest once in a while, but yeah. Let's hope for more of her, though. I think her and I were discussing a little bit, and she thinks that I've been getting less views because of her. I think she's giving me more views because of her, and plus her and I vibe off so well, and our banter is really good. And but this is probably something I want to roll with and see how it is. It's also helps me just be more creative by myself. I improvise differently, and plus when you have someone next to you, you are kind of like in a conversation, but you're not really like ranting. And when I'm alone, I can really go ranting, and it's fun. And plus I just don't, you know, I might not just have much of a filter when she's or when I'm alone, but when she's here I definitely have a filter because there's some things that, you know, we shouldn't even talk about. But either way, Janita is not here this week, so everyone bless her. You know, I've you know, she said that she says hi, and that she's going to get some groceries for the fam. You know, and I went to go. You know, I asked her. I was like, if you can get me some. The thing is, I love when Janita will go out and she'll go get some groceries. But to be honest, I don't care about what the fuck else she brings. But if she brings me back something nice, something sweet, you know, if it's like an ice cream or a Ferrero Rocher or something. That's one thing you guys don't know about me is I'm a big indulgent, a huge fan of Ferrero Rocher, like the original chocolate hazelnut balls. I think as a kid, I was so damn poor, and people who bought that type of chocolate were just next level rich as shit. And nowadays, Ferrero Rocher is actually way more affordable. I think back then they're trying to differentiate themselves as like a high-end brand for chocolate, but now you can get like a good pack for like, you know, $5 at your local Target. But yeah, I don't know. I hope so that she brings me something back home, or it could be, you know, a whip, because Janita beats me senselessly every single night. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It's such a wonderful day. It sucks that I'm kind of inside. I might go out and do some hood rat shit after this podcast. I might just go and pick something up for Janita and I, maybe for some dinner or something. Who knows? It's Sunday, so I'm a little fucking lazy on Sunday. So I hate cooking on Sundays, man. Probably one of the worst things you could ever do is cook on a Lord's Day. The Lord's Day is rest. All right. The day before, we were going ham. We had a lamb roast. Having a little drinks, you know what I'm saying? It was a good time, you know? Nothing like a good lamb roast to get you going, you know? Nothing like a good lamb roast to scare the neighbors into thinking that, you know, put the dog on the freaking stick and have that shit rotating. But no, yeah. For all of you, listen, if you guys have a nice Costco near you, this is the only place that you can get, you know, lamb that's just like frozen, is definitely Costco. And you can get literally anything at Costco. You can probably buy a Hummer at Costco for all I know. Either way, you can get a whole lamb, literally the head, feet, everything. Like a whole lamb can feed like 50 people. And depending on the location, you can feed even 100 if you ration enough. You know what I mean? And if your portions are smaller, it all depends. You know, if I fucking roasted a whole lamb in like Africa somewhere where people are just not eating, or they don't have an efficient enough amount of food, you know, it's gonna feed a whole village. it's gonna feed a whole village whether you know it or not. Yeah, but yeah, the lamb roast yesterday was so nice, dude. We're taking shots of tequila like constantly. There's something about alcohol that's it's okay sometimes, you know. I feel like after a while I still get so damn bored of it. I don't like to feel woozy. I don't know what anyone like. I understand that the point of alcohol is kind of loosen everybody up, get your confidence going. You know, if you're trying to get girls, really give them the confidence that you're not going to murder them at the end of the night. I feel like that's the big positives of alcohol. But the negatives is the fact that it's a toxin. I mean, it's literally poison to you. It can kill you real fucking good. But no, I think sometimes alcohol is good. It makes your, loosen up your butthole a little bit, and you can actually have some fun in life. You know, you're not always uptight and serious and always wanting to fight the man. Sometimes alcohol just makes you forget about your reality, which is probably a major reason why it's still popular today. It's legal and it can kind of help you forget about your daily routine, and that's 80% of the people living in America probably don't like what they're doing. And I feel like people who tell you that they like what they're doing it's not real. Like, in my opinion, I think someone can be really good at something and they start to be, a professional at it. They become more an expert at it, right? But even me, being the person that I am, if I learn to do something and I become good at it, and then, I become notarized in the industry, right? In a way, or recognized in the industry in some way, I still feel like I'd want to stray away from something, like life isn't, I don't know. I feel like when people are like, I want to find out what I'm destined to do. Sometimes what you're destined to do will fucking change, dude. No one's like, I'm destined to be this thing for the rest of my life and nothing more. Like, you're not a fucking toucan in the rainforest and all you do is fly around being a toucan and you can't really do anything else. No, you're a human. You can run around and do some cool shit and not just being, I don't know, like, fuck, whatever. I don't know if you're like a goddamn possum. You're running around catching fucking prey and hiding and whatever. That's all you do. You can't evolve from that. So you put yourself in a box sometimes. Either way, I don't even know where I'm getting at, dude. Yeah, but either way, alcohol, again, another reason why if Janita was here, she'd be like, okay, Edo, get on with it, But it's me ranting. Either way, it's what's nice about alcohol. It can kind of help you forget about your daily routine and you can kind of live, have fun with your friends and kind of vibe out a little bit. But realistically, that shit's awful for you. I mean, once in a while, it's fantastic. Like, I was drinking a few beers yesterday, and I don't know. I'd rather just get the liquor out, dude. At this point, beer's not even fun to drink anymore. It's literally liquid. It's liquid bread. It's just straight carbs all down in your stomach. And then I think drinking out of the bottle is worse because you're better off filling it into a glass so it doesn't destroy your stomach. I'm learning too much shit now where I'm like not a big fan of alcohol, right? And then it being a Washington being a legal state where you can get weed and have fun with it, go home, cry, and make edibles. I don't know what people do on weed. Sometimes I cry. I cry sometimes at night. When I'm sad and shit. If people tell you that they don't cry, they're lying. And if you ever wake up from a dream crying? That's because you haven't cried in a while, and your dreams are forcing you to cry. Sometimes it's just good to let it out, dude. Don't contain your excitement and your emotions, dude. Right? And either way, I gotta tell you guys about this. Oh, man, this is so crazy. So we were at the lamb roast yesterday, and it was one of the weirdest things I've ever had to experience, and I was still kind of perplexed. And Janita and I were driving home, and I'm like, either way, I'm drawing on. So there was this like couple that came to the lamb roast, and they're fine. It was like a younger, like adult, like younger like couple that were like in their 30s, young 30s, right? And they had a kid that was like 11. And I have never, like, the thing is, I've dealt with kids in the past. I, excuse me, I've like done stuff for my youth, like things for my mosque when I was growing up, like teaching kids how to read in Arabic and whatnot, and kind of just being around kids was kind of natural for me. I always like kids. You know, people who say like, I don't like kids. Then what are you doing on this earth? What are you doing on this planet, dude? Oh, I don't want to have kids. Fine, waste of life. What you're like down to nature by itself. You're supposed to be procreating, right? And making children, but you're letting your body go to waste? Yeah! Don't fucking do that kind of stuff, man. I'm sorry, I'm being insensitive. I know some people can't have kids or they're had traumatic experiences, but you can't let your trauma or your, oh fuck, there's people who genuinely just can't get pregnant or whatever. Either way, I'm being insensitive, but still, people who say they just straight up hate kids are fucking serial killers. I don't, like, anytime I'm outside and I hear kids playing, I literally, like, dopamine rushes into my brain. It just brings, like, happiness into my life. You know, it's almost like, it's just angelic. You know what I'm talking about? Kids are just on a whole nother level of, like, just innocence, you know? And also, they distract you from all the shitty things in life. Because you remember when you were a kid, you never knew anything about the negatives in life. So when I hear people saying, hey, kids, I hate you. How about that, dude? So either way, I'm at this party. And first off, this 11-year-old girl, I'm not even going to say her name. It doesn't matter. But she was one of the most intelligent, most mature people that I've ever met. When I was 11, I was so stupid, dude. I would go walk to Taco Bell. My routine for the day wasn't like, oh, I'm going to read a book today. I'm going to learn something nice, you know? But it was like, me and my friends are going to scrounge up $10 and we're going to go buy tacos at Taco Bell. And we're going to walk there. It's going to take 3 hours, but it's so worth it. You know what I mean? I think I was just so stupid compared to this girl when she was 11. And some of the funniest shit came out of this freaking little girl's mouth, man. We're literally... So I'm walking up into the house, okay? And I don't know where these kids get the humor. I think it's all like TikTok and the internet. Either way, so I'm walking up the stairs to get back into the house, and... Or no, I'm coming back out the house, about to walk down the stairs, like from the deck, right? Just try to imagine a deck with stairs, blah, 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 blah. So she's walking up the stairs, and I'm about to walk down the stairs. So I'm like, oh, you know, ladies first. She looks at me, and she goes, did you just assume my gender? Guys, in that moment, not only did I get so angry that somebody of this age is asking me that, but the fact that I took it seriously when she was joking. And I was like, I was stunned at first. And I was like, what should I say then? They? Whatever? Like, what's going on? And she goes like, did you just assume my pronouns? And at that point, I just started dying. I knew she was kidding. I literally started laughing so hard, dude. And then, I don't know. I just was like, I got to get out of here. I was like, listen, you deal with whatever gender pronouns you got going on. I got to go downstairs. So I had to evade that conversation as quick as I could. That was the most like, I think it's also because I live in Washington. I don't think any of that shit would happen on the East Coast. But I think kids here are just way more quote unquote woke or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I mean? And so that was like incredibly strange. I also believe that she was just, she's obviously, I thought she was a little bit on the spectrum, you know? You can kind of just tell. I mean, I've dealt with enough kids to know which ones do, which ones don't. She had some twitches and twerks to her, but the girl is funny as hell, man. We're all around the fire, and she's leading everybody in a, never have I ever game. Like, and this is what killed me. I don't think you guys would believe me when I say this. So she says, after like 6 never have I ever's, and we're all like just going in, you know what I mean? She goes like, never have I ever just farted. And she lifts up her leg and farts in front of like 14, I don't know how to say 14. I'd say like 10 people. The whole fucking bonfire just started dying. Like, killed the room. At that age. I don't know, man. I gave it up to her. And even before she left, it was like, I said, Lucy, it was a pleasure meeting you. Don't ever change. Always be yourself. That's all I had to say. I said that to her like maybe 3 times, man. You know. And then at one point, Janita and I were in the house and we're kind of preparing, you know, so we're kind of preparing some food to bring out, you know, to everybody outside and whatnot. And me being the good man that I am, I helped her inside. I had to go inside. And I just wanted to help her out or whatever. Either way, nonetheless, we're inside and she just kind of wanders in, and you know, she goes, and I just don't like. I never had these thoughts when I was a kid. She came up to us and she goes, "Hey guys, I don't know if like anybody here is gonna really like me." Or no, she said, "Hey guys, can I ask you a question?" And we're like, yeah, what's going on? She says, "I don't know if anyone here at the party is gonna like me, or like, do you think people are gonna judge me for who I am?" And I was like, what the fuck? I stood there and I looked at Janita, and Janita was like, "That doesn't matter." You know, like instantly I even said the same thing. I said, "Listen, like, even if people didn't like you, why does it matter?" I was like, it's none of their business of like who you are. It's no one's business about your happiness or whatever's going on in your life. That's none of people's businesses. Like it's your business, dude. Like everyone's like working on themselves, but you got to take care of yourself and don't worry about what other people say. You know, the fact that I had to say that to an 11-year-old girl. What? Fucking why? Why did that happen? Like, why? Either way, dude, you guys understand how like incredible this conversation probably was, dude. Like, I've never in my life had to talk to like a kid like that. And I think nowadays kids are way more mature, and you probably have to attribute that to the internet. Which is amazing. That's why the internet is the best thing that we've ever come up with, whether you like it or not. It's made people smarter. It's made people more informative. It's made people more like less biased towards each other. People become more open-minded because of the internet. So I think as we get older, it's going to be a common theme of seeing kids that are just insanely smart. And it's going to be two things. If there's not going to be a kid in the middle that's average like me. I'm average. I could be stupid, but then sometimes I could be smart about some things and, you know, be open-minded about things. That's not a thing that's the past, right? Now you're going to either have like two sides of the pendulum here. You're going to have probably kids nowadays that are going to be too smart, that you might be thinking like they're way too smart for me, like too smarter than I ever was. So you're going to be questioning your own intelligence because of it. And then you're going to have kids that are just going to be so damn stupid because they're all focusing on TikTok dances, fucking nurses dances during the pandemic and all that bullshit. And they're trying to learn all these dumbass dances while the other kids are just on a whole nother level of smart, dude. Right? And then they're all going to grow up to be working in an office somewhere in a cubicle, because that's how America works. You know? Not that there's anything wrong with working in a cubicle. If you work in a cubicle, cool, man. You're awesome doing Lord's work, because I fucking sure as hell could not do that. I just work at home in the comfort of my own house, just cooped up in here. And by the way, I know that it's pretty hot, and I can tell you that it's really hot in this fucking room right now because I got sweat dripping down from my top of my back crevice. You know what I'm saying? And it's dripping all the way down to my crack, and it's wonderful. Not to mention, when it's this hot, I shower probably twice a day because the balls get fermented real good. So sometimes you really gotta clean that up. You know what I mean? But either way, that's the first time I ever met a kid that genuinely surprised me. One of the smartest kids I ever met in my life, man. It was so freaking weird. I don't know. And then the parents were just chill. Like, they were young 30-year-olds. And they were pretty good parents too. She would say some things and they're like, "Hey, chill," But dude, she just went off, bro. Like, she even asked Janita's mom, like, because she was asking people truth or dare, and she was like, "Truth or dare?" And Janita's mom asked, or she said truth. And she asked Janita's mom, "Truth, okay. Like, do you regret having either of your kids?" dude, I lost it. I literally savage shit, dude. Like, you know. And I also have to tell this story, which is like, this is brilliant. So I asked the parents, you know, because I was like, okay, so how often? Because like I had to ask. I'm like, there's no way that she acts normal during the day at school. So I asked her how many times has she gotten in trouble, you know, in class or whatever. And then they say all the time, like all the time that they're like, you know, that she's getting in trouble. So I asked, what was one time that they called and you just could not like take it seriously? Because you, at that moment, you have to be so serious when you get a call from the school or whatever. So I'm like, you guys are both young adults. How weird is it to deal with that, you know? And they said it is just too hard to not laugh. Like every time that they call about whatever situation that happened, you know, in regards to her, you know, behavior or whatever during school, they just laugh. Like they say it's hard as hell not to. And they told me the story because I was just, usually I'm the guy to come out and if someone comes to the party, I'll be the first one to kind of come up to you and just talk to you. I'm not filling anybody out. I just like to conversate, and it's just who I am. So I'm sitting down with them and I'm just having a little drink with them, and you know, and they're telling me this story that one time they got a call from the school because she was in the cafeteria and the day, it was spaghetti day, right? Hold on, excuse me, I gotta take a little sip of water. Build suspense for the story. And they get a call that she was in the cafeteria during spaghetti day. She gets her food, takes her spaghetti, throws it onto the ground, and points at all the chefs, or cafeteria workers, sorry, not chefs. I want to consider them chefs, to be honest. I think they're just doing preparations for the fucking kids. Either way, she looks at all of them and goes, "You all are one-star chefs? This is disgusting." If I was a cafeteria worker working that day and she said that, I think I would be on the ground just in a fetal position laughing so hard. Like, and then she also was mentioning like Gordon Ramsay, how you guys are on the same level of Gordon Ramsay and shit like that. Unbelievable, dude. Either way, that was probably the craziest person I've met in a while. And I was like, and that's an 11-year-old child. Either way, dude. If you are considering not having kids for whatever reason because you think this world is so dark and grim, I think it's amazing to have a kid, because just to have one and watch them grow into this whatever fucking thing, man. Like, I don't even know what the hell to call them, right? Just these freaking creatures that are walking around talking to you and having full-blown conversations, you know? I don't know. It was such an interesting thing. Made me want to have a kid even more. I was just so perplexed, man. It was incredible. Either way, that was phenomenal. I don't know. That was probably the best part about the whole lamb roast, to be honest with you. The lamb wasn't even memorable. But yeah, man, that was part of the weekend, man. And then Friday I got so for all the dudes out there, you understand how essential a nice fade is. You see this shit, boy? You see how I feel like if I put a knife up to my hair, you just hear like little tinkles and shit. Either way, I got a nice fade and nothing like, okay. And I hate to talk shit about a business because I've been going to this barber for a good minute. So I had to go to a different barber this Friday because of this. So I would come after work all the fucking time. It's always like, you know, and it's not an issue because I stopped working at 5. Sometimes I'll get off at 4:50, 4:45, whatever. Right? And I knew this Friday I needed a cut because I needed one bad. I would wake up every day looking homeless. So I needed something fresh for myself. So I went to go to the barber and the man closes at like 7 o'clock. I think it's 7:30 or something, right? And I got there early, like 4:50. I left work early and it's close near to my place, right? I walk in and there's people already kind of waiting. And there's gonna be 2 or 3 people waiting. So I walk in and I just sit down. He's like, "Hey man, I'm gonna be taking my a late lunch, by the way." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, yeah. He's like, "You can come back tomorrow, man." And I was like, "I don't got time tomorrow. Like, you guys are open till fucking 2.5 more hours. What do you mean taking a late lunch? That's a shitty way of saying, hey man, I'm closing up shop early. Just say that. You don't got to be like fucking weird about it. You can just tell me, hey man, I can't cut your hair tonight. I'm too lazy to stay till 7. I gotta leave early. Or whatever. Maybe he's not lazy. Maybe he just needs something, or he's going somewhere. He's hungry or whatever. He wants to stop working for the end of the day. Like, but when your hours on Google say 7:30, I mean, how are you going to deny service to a loyal customer, Sonny? Who do you think you are, man? Fucking Chachi walking around like it's not that. You're not that fresh, bro. It's not the best haircut I've got, but I go there because I support small businesses, man. Right? And I'm not even going to say the name of the barbershop. There's no way. I can't even promote it. I can't even negatively promote it either, dude. You know? But I go there and he shrugs me off. And then he's like, you come back tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, I'll come back tomorrow. Fucking hell no. So I look online to see what places are open. And I see this one fine establishment. I'll say the name because I'll gladly promote it, dude. It's Malik's Barbershop. So I don't know. I saw amazing reviews and I was like, fuck it, dude. Why not? It has good people. I saw pictures of his fades and I was like, dude, as long as I can get a three all around and a nice mid fade and it hides my like little bump that I have in the back of my head. If you can do that, golden. You're golden, right? So I go to the barbershop, dude. Immediately, I just get the best vibes, man. I walk in there. There's Arab music playing. Right? Like you walk in and you're like, oh, and it also smells like a foreign home. Like I used to have a bunch of Arab friends when I used to grow up, or I was growing up in Pennsylvania, and you walk in their home, it just smells like cardamom and fucking cumin and shit and turmeric or whatever. And they always have fucking orange fingers because they're mixing around turmeric in their chicken. But regardless, nonetheless, dude, I go to this barber. You walk in, there's Arab music playing. There's 3 Muslim brothers sitting on the couch. So I sit down. I was like, oh, assalamu alaikum, brother. How you guys doing? Both of them say alaikum salam back to me. Good, right? I just already feel at home. Then we have an African brother next to me. I know he's African because there's a distinct face that you see from Somalians. They just all have a distinct face. And if you've hung around Somalians enough, you kind of just know. Right, so it's my African brother. He's passed out in a chair next to me. Like, I think he was watching some like weird fucking anime shit on his phone because he had his phone out, but he was passed out, and I could tell. I was eyes dropping on his shit. I was just wanting to see what the hell he was watching. But he was passed out. Brother's next to me. We're listening to some good music, right? And he comes up to me, the barber. He's like, brother, I am so sorry I make you wait. You come. I sit down, and it was literally like I was with Adam Sandler and Don't Mess with Zohan. First off, the man asked me, like, what do you love? You know, what do you like to look like? You know, tell me. So I was telling him, I was like, listen, nothing too crazy. I just like a number 3 all the way around. And then like a nice fade, you know, starting at 0 from, you know, and then something to hide my bump in the back. And he was like, oh, perfect. And he was like, I make you a curve, you know, it's a good curve. And he curved my fade real nice that goes down like this. And it hides the little bump that I have in the back of my head, right? Pretty insecure about it. So I tried to tell him, like, hey, man, you know, not only did he give me a nice fade, he lined my beard up, literally straight razored all the way, like from here down, and I look Arab as shit. If I walked into an Arab store, I would look like everybody. I would start speaking Farsi to everybody if I was in that bitch. You know, either way, gives me a fresh-ass cut, lines me up, does shit to my neck, literally shortens my eyebrows because they were fucking hella thick. And as you can tell, they still look juicy as hell, brother. Right? And he also puts like a warm towel on the back of my neck. And he's like, hey man, you relax, okay? It's gonna be $30, okay? And then $30 for that? Pretty good, my dude. Pretty fucking good. Either way, perfect haircut. And shout out to Malik. I already left him a good review. That's what I do. I leave good reviews for nice places, all right? People that treat me good. Treat me well. And I give him a nice little review because I have to, man. You gotta support small businesses. This guy told me he also is a Syrian refugee. He came to America in 2017. He lived in Syria, then he moved to like Lebanon, then he like worked in Kuwait for a little bit, and then he went to Turkey or whatever. and then back to Syria, then back, like, and then flew to America. The guy has had a crazy life, always had never really had much of a home, always moving. And I really, I vibed with that, dude. I connected in that kind of way. And it was so fucking awesome. The whole time he's just laughing too. Just such a good barber, man. Honestly, if you guys, none of you fucking listen to me that's in the area, but look him up, man. He's if you just want to look him up and give him a good review because you're listening to my shit, look him up. It's Malik's Barbershop, Malek. Look him up, dude, and give him a good review on Google, man. He'll appreciate you. But yeah, it's practically been this past week, man. Went to a baseball game, saw a bunch of white people at the baseball game. There's never a time where you go to a baseball game and there's no new shit that's going on. Any inning break, they go to a person in the crowd and they're like, they had one thing where it's, well, John, you can tell everyone here is pretty excited. If you answer these 2 questions right, you have a choice between choosing something behind that door at the end of the wall, or you can have 2 tickets to next week's game. And it's like, all right, first off, it's a minor league baseball game. How about you just fucking give me what's behind the door? Nobody wants these goddamn tickets. They're $10 anyway, so fuck out of here. That was my reasoning. But things like that where it's baseball games to this day are still like memorable as hell because they have all the same shit in every single minor league game. They'll have little contests during the game. Fucking, kids dancing and shit just to catch the camera's view. I don't know. And you can't hate, but I'll be honest. I went up to the counters because I wanted some food. And Janita and I didn't eat anything for dinner. And it was like 7 o'clock. And I was like, all right, well, do you guys have fries? Didn't even have fries. No frozen fries, no cold cuts. The fuck's going on here? So instead of fries, they give you chips. That's some poor people shit, dude. You give us some fries, dude. What are we, Timbuktu? If I go to a baseball game, I'm looking for some fucking home-cut fries. Put some salt and pepper, maybe some vinegar if you like that shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? If I go and you give me a hot dog with chips, the fuck do you think I look like? I'm 10 years old, dude? Get the fuck out of here. Give us some real food. And then the distinction, they said, we have regular hot dogs, and then we also have jumbo hot dogs. In your mind, ladies and gentlemen, when someone says jumbo hot dog, what the fuck do you think? I think of something that, like, the meat sticking out of the bun on each side, jumbo. That's the type of jumbo I'm looking for, okay? She gave me the hot dog. I thought it was the regular. I thought it literally was the regular hot dog. I open it, I'm like, this is the jumbo? Yeah, come on. It's literally like, it's like a business that advertises that they sell pizza, but it's like frozen pizza that they got like in bulk and they just sell it to you as fresh. That's what it felt like. I felt like I was just being ripped the fuck off. And that's just me being a little fatty, okay? Either way, they lied. They lied straight to my face. It was not a jumbo hot dog. Get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Either way. But yeah, I haven't gone to a baseball game in so long, too. I don't even carry a mitt with me. I'm not scared. I fucking stood up in the high stands just in case the ball was coming my way. I was ready for it. I was going to take it in the chest like Happy Gilmore, dude. I didn't give a shit. But yeah. Also, huge shout out to Roma today. They were in a friendly with Shakhtar Donetsk. I'm wearing a jersey right now. It's beautiful. All right, this is their older jersey when they were sponsored by Nike. But shout out to Roma. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, I do have some things that I want to at least show you, or I kind of wanted to talk about something, but I'm not too well knowledge in it, so I feel like I'm kind of ignorant. I wanted to talk about Nancy Pelosi and her big mama milkers going to Taiwan. And if you guys haven't seen a picture, I mean, Nancy Pelosi's got some grandma titties, dude. Those things are crazy, bro. But she was in Taiwan stirring up some problems with China. And then China was fucking shooting off like random missiles just because they're little pussy ass bitches. And the thing is, I feel like I'm going to regret saying that because in like 20 years, we're all going to be like under Xi Jinping's like leadership. But what was hilarious was, I don't know, I think I saw this TikTok and then the TikTok was cool. But there's nothing more than like a funny TikTok comment that just like vibes with me. It's like, it used to be the same with like YouTube comments. Like nowadays, I still think that there's YouTube comments that are more funny than the actual content. And I think that's all user-generated content that, like, no one ever talks about. And I saw this video, you know, it was missiles being shot over Taiwan and the waters. Like, what even fucking is that, dude? You guys make, like, weapons that practically cost millions and millions and millions of dollars, but you're just shooting them off into the water as warning shots. That, to me, breaks my soul. I literally think I'm just a slave to governments at this point. Like, if you're just going to be doing that type of shit, just shooting off random rounds, just because, why not? You know? And in the comments, they were like, oh, China's too pussy. They're not going to do anything. You know? And then someone commented the funniest shit I ever saw. They're like, oh, yeah, China's about to see why our healthcare is so expensive. And then another person commented saying, China's about to see the reason why my surgery was $45K this past week. You know, shit like that. It's like, yeah, of course, we spend all our money on the military, dude. I don't know if China has the balls to go after us, but they got the numbers, man. They got the numbers. And plus, I feel like if we went to war in China, it's going to be like a Vietnam situation where, like, we're just not going to know the area. We're not going to know how to, like, fight it. You know, it's the same thing with, like, when we went into the Middle East. We had no prior training on fighting in the desert. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are you going to do? You know? But either way, that's what drones are for. Unmanned machines killing a bunch of people, man. Yeah, shouts out. Yeah, shouts out to drones. Whoop, 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 whoop. Not funny. Okay, but yeah, there's also, but other than that, yeah, I was really interested in the whole Taiwan and Chinese thing. I think Nancy Pelosi just went there just to show China, like, listen, if we want to go to Taiwan, we'll go to Taiwan. If you guys don't like it, suck our asses, you know? And I also believe China might make the world go into a recession. I saw fucking, what's his name? Damn, I forgot Elon Musk. I forgot his name for a quick second, dude. That's how you know he's just not in my brain right now. I saw a quick clip of him talking about how China might just put us in a whole mad recession because they're building more buildings and, you know, more structures when there's not enough people taking them in, or not enough people have enough money to buy those rental properties or houses or whatever buildings. No one's really leasing them out. So they're just building shit for no reason, just making so much structural, like, impact on their on their country for no reason. And he was saying that will put the world in a logistical recession. And then I'm like, Elon Musk talking about this shit makes me even scarier because he's smarter than I am. He's more of a businessman than I am, and I feel like he knows he knows what he's talking about. So it scared me. And I feel like China might put us in a huge recession just because they want to, you know. But either way, who cares about China and Taiwan, dude? I'm never gonna go there. If anyone ever asked me to go to China, I think I'd take a huge pass on that. You know, I don't really like to eat crickets and fucking, I don't know, not speak a language that everyone else is speaking. I hate that shit, man. That's why I'm like, if I go to a country, let's go to a country where it's like, you got people speaking English, you know what I mean? Except that one guy who was interviewed forever ago in China. He was like, Trump, do not trust China. China asshole. That was good. I feel like they spoke enough English there where he can say that. And that might be an exception. But either way, I'll get off topic here. I'm going to take a nice little water break. It's getting hot in this fucking room, dude. You can see the condensation on this cup. Basically the same shit that's happening to me right now. I'm fucking sweating my balls off. Either way, I want to divert from all this nonsense talking bullshit that we're talking about here. Because you know what I'm talking about isn't even remotely fun. So, I wanted to show you guys something pretty sick, man. I don't know, I'm not sure if you probably have seen it on Twitter, or at least heard about, like, all this AI stuff that's going on. But for months ago, I was looking into AI image, or AI, like, text to image generations. And then Dolly, I think it's Google's, like, their AI that they're creating, which is incredible. And it's on a whole nother level of just scary. Either way. So I signed up maybe 3 or 4 months ago to be on a wait list to be, to try out their beta testing. And it wasn't until last week that I got an email saying that they, wanted me to try it out because I've been on the waiting list for however long. So I felt so damn happy, dude. I literally was beyond happy because I've been wanting to use DALL-E, DALL-E for all you people. And I want to show each and every one of you how it basically works, It's literally, you can type in anything that comes to mind, man. Like I feel like the future, this is like the repercussions. We'll talk about the repercussions here in a little bit about like why this is shit, and it's also why it's amazing at the same time. It's scary how shit it is. DALL-E, it's an AI, like open AI, so meaning like people can use it, or later in the, it's probably gonna be a subscription based thing where maybe in a month or so you're gonna have to pay a monthly fee to use it, or you might have to just buy credits on credits to make the generations. Each generation of an image costs me 1 credit, and because I signed up for the wait list, they granted me 50 free credits to use. So 50 free image generations just to fuck around with, right? I already used up 21, so I have 29 left, and oh my god, it's just so good, man. Like, we'll talk about the repercussions right now, actually. So why is this so bad? Why is this garbage to have an open AI that can make anything that you think of into an image? It's bad because now graphic designers, you're out of luck, dude. I don't. Maybe if you work for a company, then you have to, work to their specific standard of quality and the brand image and shit. So you're kind of working with the company and you have a stable job. Let's say you are a freelance graphic designer and you don't like to work for a company, but you like to make your own money and be your own boss. This is going to make it so much harder for you to make money. OpenAI, like DALL-E, is text to image generation, might just fucking kill off art. It might be so bad in the future, maybe not, the next 5 or 10 years, maybe in 20 years, AI might just destroy any creative, film even. I feel like in the future, this might be the coolest thing for kids, man. Like in the future, it might just be enough where like you can speak in your phone and say, DALL-E, create, create Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller in Jumanji. And then it'll just create Owen Wilson and Ben Stiller in Jumanji instead of, Robin Williams and whoever the fuck the other actors were in Jumanji, right? But that might be the future, man. Like, there's ways of education. You can, like, print up an AI film and teach kids shit. Like, I think that's going to be the future. And I think movies are just going to die. I think that, like, when you can just say, the fact that you can probably talk into your phone later in the future and just say, hey, DALL-E, make me a new season of Game of Thrones with The Rock. I don't fucking know. Maybe you want to see Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Game of Thrones and have a whole brand new season just made up for you. Instead of having to rely, like, waiting 2-3 years for a season to be made from, real life people. But this AI can just create it for you and it can be top notch entertainment. And can you imagine the porn? And that's the first thing people will think of too. It's not just me. You're gonna have people thinking of like some raunchy shit to make the AI for it to make. Either way, I just think it's cool. You can make anything that you come up with your mind, man. And it's so hard in the moment too. Like, if I'm trying to think of something for it to make for me, I kind of get perplexed. I don't know what to my imagination just kind of like runs still. And I'm like, how do you even think of anything? Either way, this is what it looks like. So for everybody that's, at home right now, this is basically just the website here. And as you can tell here, there already are, so this is an example. Some guy put this into the generation and said, 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium on a dark blue background. And he put comma /digital art. It's generating some shit. Okay, well, you guys will see some generation here. I just wasted a damn credit on this bullshit. You'll see, like, it takes a little bit to render as well. But once it's, see, it just created 4 more variations of whatever that shit was. It's a 3D render of a cute tropical fish in an aquarium in a dark blue background / digital art. Now, somebody could definitely make that, right? Somebody can definitely make whatever the hell that is, but AI just made it in minutes for you. Why would you reach out? Why would you reach out to anybody to help you make this when you can make this for free if you had a subscription to Dolly? So I'm gonna make my own. I'm gonna make my own here real quick, and we can have some fun with it. So I'm gonna put down. What should I put down, dude? Okay, I'll put down a ninja fighting off an ogre with only fighting off an ogre in a beautiful forest swamp. A ninja fighting off an ogre in a beautiful swamp to save the love of his life. I don't know. Digital, or no, let's do a painting. Actually, no, digital art. Digital art would be cooler. Okay, let's see what it comes up with. So this is a ninja fighting off an ogre in a beautiful swamp. Let's say beautiful bright green swamp. Beautiful bright green swamp to save off the love of his life. All right, so let's see what it'll generate. Like, this is what's gonna be. It's gonna be everyone's day, everybody's life that they want. You know, like, and the thing is, I also did it just for marketing purposes. I wanted to create, like, I'll show you after this. So this is what I came up with, and I want all of you just to see how fucking sick this is. So this is probably the best one here. You tell me, dude. That's a ninja fighting off an ogre. Obviously the faces are blurred out because the AI just doesn't know what to put there for the faces. But here is a ninja fighting off an ogre in a bright green, beautiful swamp. Right? And this is all just computer generated. This is these are all original, like, pieces, by the way. And I have some, like, generations already all the way on the right side here. And I just want to show you this one that I had. So I put in, I just thought this was crazy, man. I put in a bright circular red logo of a chicken and a knife / common graphic design. My intent for this was that I wanted to see if it could create a straight up logo for, like, a restaurant. And I only want this because for marketing or brand purposes, this is sick as fuck. This is, like, I don't know. I think I'm being nerdy as hell about this, but just the fact that you can do this, the fact that you can just put this into a AI image generator and it can create a fucking mind you that these logos in the, like, this one's shit. This one's pretty ass. This one's ass. But this one right here is, dude, it just looks like a professional logo. That looks like something that should be, you know, that should be like some restaurant, for all I know, dude. You know what I mean? So the fact that, like, now you can use this for marketing purposes, for a company, for a professional company. I can host services now on Fiverr or whatever, like Upwork, whatever, like all those freelancing gigs, right? I can put up graphic designs from OpenAI and say, I can make you anything that you want, just tell me, right? And then I can grab this image, put it back into Photoshop, make it look nicer, make it, you know, rendered better, and not just, you know, whatever that is. But you can make something amazing, dude. But anytime if you try to type something like some crazy shit into this, it's just going to deny you, you know? And let me show you guys my other This is probably the best one I've made. Whatever. I did not make this, but This is just sick, dude. So I put in a realistic painting of a samurai flying through the air in a colorful and bright red forest. So this is the first image that I created right here on the left side, as you can tell. That's sick, dude. You can't make this for me. I don't think anyone, I can't commission this. I can't commission anyone to make this like sick ass art for me. Look at that, dude. That's just fucking beautiful. This one, same here. Same with this one. And this was probably my favorite one right here. Like an actual dude just flying through here. And the thing is, you can make it paint something for you like Van Gogh style. So let's say a painting of a dog in a tuxedo, comma Van Gogh style. Like, I don't know, like this shit's gonna be creepy. Like later in the future, it's just gonna be even scarier as to what you can make. But it's something that's just gonna be part of everybody's lives, man. Like if you want to have a kid, like if you have kids, if you're a teacher and you want to teach kids about how bad, you know, some things in life are, you can try to make like an AI video, type it in and it can create something for you. Then you can watch it before you show the kids and then you approve it. Let the kids learn. I don't know. I just think that's going to be the future. Either way here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a dog in a tuxedo Van Gogh style. Like, dude, what the fuck? Tell me those don't look like the best fucking paintings too. You know? I think this one here is probably the best version of that. But the fact that I can put that into the AI and it makes that for me, I don't know. Either way, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more, if you want to see more generations of cool AI stuff, let me know. We are about to switch on over to TikTok, and this is one of my favorite things about the show is watching TikTok just with you guys. So let me pull this up. Let me get this going. And if you guys are just listening, I highly suggest. I highly suggest that you guys take the initiative. Take the initiative to come to YouTube and watch this stuff with me. You guys are going to love it as much as I do. And we're going to just fucking run through these like nothing since we're coming up on an hour here. All right. So first TikTok. This kind of stuff kind of really scares me, man. I mean, you have kids who will come to a concert on whatever, man. It could be mushrooms, acid, whatever, Molly, ketamine. I don't fucking know what people are into nowadays. But like, when you're looking like this, I mean, how are you comfortable, dude? Hold on, let me... Right, we're not hearing any audio coming through. Let me turn on the audio here for you guys. All right. Look at this guy.
Man, off the shoe.
He's tripping on something, dude. I just feel bad for the guy.
He just woke up.
Look at those eyes! Do you see those eyes? Oh my god, dude. He knew exactly that they were filming him. But look, he's still just tripping out.
Rock concerts.
Poor guy. Poor fucking guy. What are you gonna do, man? There's never a time where I went to a concert and got that blitzed out of my mind. It's not for me, dude. You take a nice edible, you go there. There's too many people around to be on some other crazy shit. Just smoke weed or drink with your, hide some fucking alcohol on you. Go in there, have some fun with your friends, but that's all a little bit too much for me. I'm not gonna lie. And the people that are still here are just fucking probably feel. I think they also feel bad for him as well, just for the fact that they're also. I don't know, like they've probably been in his shoes as well, where they don't like to see anybody tripping out or whatever. Either way, next video. That was more or less just a satisfying video, and plus the sound was making me feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, do a next video.
Where does a guy get a right to say what a woman is? Women only know what women are.
Are you a cat?
No.
Can you tell me what a cat is?
This is actually a genuine mistake. I am sorry I even came up there.
You want to tell us what a woman is?
Yeah, that was a big dub for my dude over here. That was I don't know who the hell that guy was or what the hell he was even going around asking people, but I think that was a big no. And the fact that she owned up and was like, yeah, that was a mistake for me to come here. And I'm like, yeah, that was a pretty big mistake, I'd say. But seriously, how are you going to say only women can just tell you what women are? I mean, like, what, you're not going to have fucking scientists that are men that can tell you exactly what a woman is or what a woman is? Either way, I just thought that was funny. Shouts out to that guy just being patient with her as well. He was like, I'm just going to let this sink in for her. Just being a nice guy. Hold on. Let me switch to this camera. There we go. Now you can fucking watch my live reactions at the same time. Yeah, nothing scarier than a person that can pass out during a ride. One of those carnival rides. I mean, she looks like she's having a good time, too. She looks like she's just passed the fuck out, my dude. Having a blast. The moment she wakes up, dude. I mean, I don't even know why people pass out when they fucking go on rides. Why even go on them if you know you're gonna pass out? You know? Especially since you're a girl, you're already a fucking pussy ass bitch. You might as well just stay on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Alright. Next video.
What advice would you give to your younger self?
Have more sex.
So why'd you say that?
Agreed. Hella agreed. Alright, either way.
When you get old, like I am, on your deathbed, you're not going to be regretting having too much sex.
A round of applause for this woman, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, come on. Who else is going to be fucking telling you what... Who else is going to be telling you the truth like this, dude? She's already gone. Dude, her pussy's dried up. Dude, this shit's stapled together. All right? They fucking already put up a goddamn wall there, man. No one's going even near it. So she knows more than us. If you're young, dude, get to bussin', dude. Get to bussin'.
Yeah.
You're more likely to be regretting not having enough.
God, dude. Speaking the truth here, ladies and gentlemen. Next video.
For International Beer Day, I want to show you guys what happens when you pour a beer incorrectly. You see, rookies who pour a beer...
Bitches who pour a beer...
pour it really slowly.
Like a little bitch.
Because they're scared it's going to foam up, so they pour it really slow...
like a little bitch.
In the glass, and they serve the beer that way.
Like a fucking bitch.
But a bartender who's in a hurry...
like a fucking man...
who really knows the proper way of pouring...
who's not a pussy...
pouring a beer, will pour that beer much faster and fill the glass that way. Which is better? You see, when you pour a glass incorrectly, this...
like a bitch.
This is what happens in the stomach. This beer was poured so easily, the gas is still in the beer. In your stomach, this is what happens. But when the beer is poured correctly and the gases are allowed to dissipate, look at what happens. Which beer would you drink? The one that bloats you or the one that doesn't?
I think I'll go ahead and go on the line and just tell you that no one gives a fuck, dude. I think I've drunken a beer in a glass. I've drunken a beer out of a bottle. I've drunken a beer just from the tap, my dude. All right, and it's all tastes the same to me. It all fucking looks and tastes the same to me. I think that's just a fucking trick. As you can tell, the bubbles are already filling up on the other side there. right? Who gives a fuck, dude? Just let it go. Either way, don't pour. I keep switching to other scenes. Don't pour your fucking beer like a bitch. At the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Aww.
No, we don't have sex. We don't have sex.
Mario. Guys, hold on. I gotta talk to Gigi real quick on the mic. Guys, I'm gonna mute.
It's so fucked up that you can't really see him, but yeah, it's just a guy getting pissed as fuck. Why are you gonna tell my friends that we don't have sex? God damn it! Just fucking lie and tell them that you have sex with me. Dude, nothing like driving around in like an old fucking, looks like a Toyota or something. Yeah! I thought it was an old Toyota, all that plastic in there. Either way. Yo, who's my boy right here, dude? El Nino! That's my homie right here, dude. Yeah, seriously though, like when you have to tell your friends, or your mom tells you have to bring your little brother to hang out with your other friends. This was me growing up. This is me. My brother would take me with his friends everywhere. This is me. Yep. Little cute man. All right, let's go to...
This would blow people's minds, like that you are a wealthy guy and you rent...
Shout out to you, Tom Segura.
...where you live.
I rent where I live.
Wow.
I would never have equity in something that doesn't produce cash. Your house doesn't pay you.
Right.
That makes it a bad investment. My jet makes me more money than a house will.
Right.
Because it can get me places. Nobody goes to your house to do a deal. You guys have more equity in your house than you do in your brand, your business, your expansion.
Right.
And who's really making the money on that? The bank. They made 6% when you bought it. The seller paid for that. That was passed on to you. 6% when you sell it. That's 12%. 2.3% every year to the state. So if you own the house 20 years, that's 44%. The bank made 5 or 6% every year. So 20 years times 5%, that's 100%. So you'd have to make like 160% to break even for 20 years.
So in other words, just don't ever buy a house. Rent for the rest of your life. Don't ever fucking get your own property because this shit's a scam. Essentially to this guy. That's all that's about. So yeah, either way. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, that's basically all the TikToks I wanted to show you. There's probably one more, but I think I'd get kicked off of YouTube. I literally just realized that it's a video of a kid getting his arm shot off at a local store. So again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. Make sure to check out this, make sure to check us out on Apple iTunes, or whatever, fucking Apple Podcasts or whatever. Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on Google Play, whatever, podcasts and shit like that as well. Make sure to leave a nice review or rate and review us on that. And leave a nice like, man. If this is your first time watching the podcast and you genuinely had some fun with your boy, leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends. The amount of times I tell you guys, but you just don't listen to me, help your friend grow, all right? As time goes on, I'll probably be spending more time making videos with probably gameplays and stuff like that because I genuinely miss it. Outlast 3 is supposed to come out sometime soon this year. So that's going to be fucking sick. I can't wait to play that with you guys. And you can, or at least I'll play that by myself, but you can enjoy me playing it. Make sure to check that out in the near future. And the music that's about to play, it is professionally produced, mixed professionally by your man Elwo. ELWOA. Check him out on SoundCloud. Check him out on Instagram. You'll follow him. You go to my fucking profile. Go to my followers and go to my followings and find him. ELWOA. He's a great guy, and his music's about to play right now.